3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff of the Falcon 9 and Crew Dragon. Go NASA, go SpaceX, Godspeed, Bob and Doug.
Vehicle pitching down range. 1 Alpha.
Copy, 1 Alpha. Stage 1 proposal. Falcon 9 first stage is successfully landed.
And there you can see on your screen, Falcon 9 has landed. This is the first Falcon 9 to carry humans to orbit, so very exciting for us.
Welcome back to Squawk Box. This morning, Saturday, ushered in a new era of space exploration, and it marked a milestone for Elon Musk. SpaceX successfully launching 2 astronauts into space, the first launch from American soil in a decade. And on Sunday, the commercial space capsule docked at the International Space Station. So what does this mean for what we're going to now call Elon Inc.? Joining us is Adam Jonas, head of global autos and shared mobility research at Morgan Stanley. Adam, it's nice to see you on what was a weekend of what felt like terrible news for this country. This would give you some hope for humanity. It's nice to see you try to just extrapolate out what this does mean in the larger context of Elon Inc. and, of course, Tesla, which is a publicly traded company, and SpaceX, of course, which is not.
Thanks, and I do appreciate CNBC and your program for bringing attention to space. And I think, as you mentioned, the timing is very important. We need it. We need moments like this. Look, it's no secret Elon spends more time on SpaceX than on Tesla. He's clearly the most important person in the U.S. space program at a time when, where there are some gaps, there have been some gaps that we need to catch up technologically and otherwise, space situational awareness. What you saw over the weekend, folks, it doesn't happen without Elon Musk. And, this guy, he gets a lot of grief at times. Some of it self-inflicted in markets and in the media for, some of his statements and actions and things. But, when you see what he's doing, it does remind you of kind of the likes of Howard Hughes and Edison and folks that take personal risk. They don't always get it right, but they push the boundaries and inspire. So maybe it's time to cut the dude a little slack.
How much farther ahead is SpaceX from everybody else in the field right now?
Well, it depends on which discipline of technology you're referring to, but the one that stands out the most would be cost of launch and rocket reusability, right? I mean, what's technologically as impressive as docking, with a space station in low Earth orbit is landing that first stage Falcon 9 rocket on a drone ship in the middle of the ocean. That's some pretty high-tech stuff, and if you think the technologies that are at play to do that successfully with a very, very high success rate and accuracy, think of of the purpose, think of the other applications that could have in autonomy, in other theaters, let's say, and that's what's got, I think, the DoD very interested. It's clearly gotten Jeff Bezos' attention at Blue Origin. He wants to be the most important person in the U.S. space program. So what we're also witnessing is some rivalry technologically within companies, both public and private, on the corporate side, and clearly some rivalry on the geopolitical side, which is adding so much more influence to this new space race. It's going to be incredible to watch.
Do you imagine that SpaceX will ultimately go public? And if not, or even if so, is there other ways that investors can get involved in this story?
So as you mentioned, SpaceX is a private company. We don't have coverage of it. We do profile private companies in space and autonomous and transportation. At Morgan Stanley, we have quite an evolved collaborative way of tracking importance of companies in various industries with our colleagues before they're public, mainly to understand the impact they have on the investment community, and also because many of our clients are able to make direct investments in these companies. So while we don't have recommendations, we can have analysis and insights. Will they go public? One of the reasons why we modeled SpaceX launch and satellite deployment going out a couple decades was to find out when they might need access to outside capital. It doesn't guarantee a timing, but in our minds, we're thinking if to do the ambitious plans they have and the capital intensity of tens of billions of dollars to put in orbit and then even on Earth to work with those systems, we're thinking a couple years. That frame, not 5 to 10, but a couple.